Hi, I'm Frankie, and in this video, I'll be walking through the Microsoft Foundry portal in 8 minutes. I'm in Microsoft Foundry. I went to ai.azure.com to get here. You can see the home page here where I have a project that's up. If you are new to Microsoft Foundry, you might need to create a new project when you first get started. You also, of course, are going to need a Microsoft Azure account. And if you need one of those, there will be a link up here to show you how you can create one for free. I'll show you how to create a project if you are in that environment, or if you're creating a new project now. I can come up to this project page and I can do a drop down and create new project. But just before I do that, I'm going to show you how I have a resource group that I created in Azure. This is where I'm going to create my Microsoft Foundry project. Right now, this resource group is empty. And if I go over to access control within my resource group, I can check role assignments, and I can see the roles that I have right now are my owner role and my Azure AI user role. These are important, and I can check this documentation because I need specific roles to be able to create new Microsoft Foundry projects and to be able to build and develop within those projects. So the Azure AI user role helps me build and develop those projects. The owner role helps me basically do everything else. But you need to make sure that you have the right permissions so that you're able to actually build and develop your projects, to build agents, workflows, things like that. And you also want to be able to create projects if you are trying to create new solutions within Microsoft Foundry. So these are the permissions. I'll link this to the description in the video. And so my resource group is currently empty, and now let's create a new project. I'll go to create a new project. I'll type in a name for my project, Proj AIS EUS2 MSF walk demo. See the advanced options. I'll see the Microsoft Foundry resource that's going to be created. The name for Microsoft Foundry resources have a limit to the amount of characters that they could have. So this may be truncated with its name. That's okay. I have my subscription, my region. The resource group is going to change. Let's do the MSF walk demo, which matches my naming conventions. I'll create the new project now. All right, the project is done being created. Let's go. I'm in my new project and I can see the start screen. I already have this start button right away where I can create an agent, create a workflow, or start browsing the different AI models available. You can see information on new models or new things that are going on. If you want to get started in code, because to deploy, you'll either need to deploy in Microsoft Teams using the built-in functionality with Microsoft Foundry, or you'll need to implement it in code by integrating it with some sort of application, hosting on a server, making it available. So this is the quick start to access an agent that you have using the Microsoft Foundry SDK. You can take a look at that. It even gives you an example of environment variables and the setup in Python or C#. Now coming up to the top screen here, we have our home, discover, build, and operate. These are the main pages, and we'll run through what is in them real quick. So going to discover, you can learn about the different new models that are going on. You can explore models based on the provider, learn about the different models. There's some leaderboard stuff going on here, different types of tools, solution templates, and then digging into these a little bit more, we have our specific models, tools, and solution templates pages that we have within Discover. And so if we click on some of these models, you'll be able to filter and take a look at all the different kinds of models that are available, filter in different categories. There's a lot of them. Try not to get overwhelmed. You can see the leaderboard for these different models, what models compete against other models in some of the most popular benchmark categories. Quality is, how well it does generally overall. Safety, what type of inputs and outputs does it take and not take, what's harmful, dangerous. Throughput is how many tokens per second. Estimated cost is how much you're going to pay per 1 million tokens that are being used. Coming over to tools, this is where you'll be able to see all the variation of tools. There's a bunch of them. If you are using different types of MCP servers, so you want to filter on different categories on what they're for. There are a lot of options here. Solution templates, pretty obvious. This is the templates that are on GitHub to help you get started if you have specific types of solutions that you're going for. So these are all templates you can use to get started. They all have docs within them. So this is the Discover page, and you'll use this page to deploy models, and you can compare models as well. So this is the Compare Models page for on models. In the Compare Models page, you can see the benchmarks, see which one wins with this little trophy icon. Right now, it can compare up to 3 models, and then you can take a look at where you can see where you can deploy a model at the top here for any one of these. Some of these that don't have the deploy option mean that you have to request access. And if I do want to deploy a model, I can do so right here immediately. So if I wanted to deploy this GPT-4o model, I choose the default settings, and immediately I have this now available. I can see in the models page that I have this GPT-4o. So that, when I deployed it, actually took us to the build page, which is where we are now. And I can see this is where my list of agents will be, the workflows, all the list of models. If you're going to fine tune models, this is where you'll do that. You'll see your list of tools within here. To set up a knowledge base, you'll set that up here. If you have any data sets, if you're going to run evaluations on your agent, if you're going to set up guardrails to ensure your agents are safe, you can do that here. Next, let's go to Operate. Operate takes a look at all of your projects and different agents that are available. If I wanted to filter just on the project that we have right now there's nothing in here. If I now go to create an agent, we would see that agent. I'll say my first agent. It'll use the model that I already deployed. If you don't already have a deployed model, it will deploy one for you by default. The last page is the documentation page. This is mirroring the documentation that's on Microsoft Learn, but if you want access to it in the Microsoft Foundry portal, you can get it here. This has been a super quick run through of the Microsoft Foundry portal. If you have questions or want me to dive deeper into a specific area in Microsoft Foundry, leave it in a comment below. I answer every comment to help as many people as I can. If this video was helpful for you, I'd appreciate if you liked the video and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more content like this. And as always, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.